Hi guys, welcome back to my reaction video, and thank you all guys for loving and supporting my channel. And here are some people who wanted me to shout out, so here are the people, here are the list. And thank you all guys for giving me this shout out comments. And for today's video, I'll be reacting to life in Manila versus Cebu. Here are the different 7 differences. For me, I'm staying here in Cebu. I'm not gonna be biased. I'm just gonna be frank and honest, and this is only my thought. I'm not generalizing anything. This is just my thought, okay? Alright, let's start. Manila versus
Cebu. Two of
Cebu.
the largest and most famous cities in the Philippines are Manila and Cebu City. And even though they obviously have a lot of similarities, they also have quite a few differences. Here are 7 major ones. Location. Manila is located on the island of Luzon in the northern part of the Philippines and on the eastern shores of Manila Bay. The city is divided into 16 districts and the Pasig River runs right through the center of the city. Cebu City is located on the...
When I stayed in Manila, it was a big city, and it was clean. There were many Chinese there too, working. Pasay, yeah.
Island of Cebu, more towards the center of the Philippines. It has a total of 80 different neighborhoods and is sandwiched between the sea to the south and the mountains to the north. Pollution. Manila unfortunately has some of the worst pollution in the Philippines. The air pollution caused by cars, open dump sites, construction and industrial waste affects 98% of the population of the city and contributes to more than 4,000 deaths per year. The Pasig River, which runs through the city, is one of the most polluted rivers in the world, with around 75 tons of industrial waste and 150...
Wait, those rivers are polluted because there are some people throwing trashes. But I think not only some, while they were walking by the river, they throw some garbages like trash, toilet papers and everything. That's why the rivers got polluted. I think they should, implement people not throwing garbages to the river, or else maybe they should get a penalty or something like that. They should implement that kind of rules so that the rivers will be clean.
Tons of domestic waste dumped into it daily. Luckily, there already are quite a few efforts to help clean up the river and the city as a whole, but they still have a long way to go. Cebu City doesn't have nearly the same pollution problems as Manila. Most of Cebu City's pollution problems come from the city's intense traffic, and they are implementing better...
Guys, I'm telling you, my experience, in Manila, of course, there are very traffic also, but here in Cebu, it's also traffic. I was going to Quezon City. Going there, reaching my destination, it took more than 1 hour, and it gave me a really hard time. I slept in a car, before arriving at the destination, and when I woke up, I was still stuck in the traffic jam, and I was like, oh my goodness, when will I arrive there? Manila Quezon is the very traffic area. And Cebu, not really traffic as Manila, but there are also traffic. You get also stuck in traffic jams. It's really hard for me to travel or go to anywhere in Manila. It was really hard, and it's very expensive, guys, taxis and grabs. It took me more than 600 pesos just going there in Quezon. I was living in Pasay area. It was a hell, really. Coming back and forth, it took me 1,200 pesos, and that's too much, right, guys? And yeah, let's continue.
Emission testing on vehicles to hopefully combat the problem. In addition, though, air quality can even be affected by other countries. In 2019, Cebu City had unsafe levels of smog in the air that came from forest fires all the way from Indonesia on the island of Borneo. Luckily,
from
the
Indonesia.
Air cleared up after
that is why, sometimes in my house, I could smell some burned smell. I guess that people love to burn stuff like leaves, or they even burn a rubberish type of thing, and that smells really bad, and that's really bad for your health. Also, the government should also implement that there is no burning of rubber, only leaves or paper that's allowed. Yeah, I think they should implement that.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to control pollution problems in cities that have such dense populations, speaking of population, Manila has a population of 1.7 million people based on the 2015 census. While that may seem like a low number when compared to other cities like New York, London, and Tokyo, Manila is actually the most densely populated city in the world as of 2019, as those 1.7 million people live in an area that's only 43 square kilometers, which amounts to 46,000 people per square kilometer. Cebu City has a more modest population of 1 million,
I know where that
also
is.
based on the 2015 census.
That's in Ayala.
Manila, however, they have a much lower population density. The area of the city is 315 square kilometers, making the population density 2,900 people per square kilometer, meaning that Cebu City doesn't even break the top 60 world cities in terms of population density. As we both know, there are many more millions of people living in both of these two cities, but that also includes the metropolitan areas, and for now we want to focus on basically the city center. But these two cities combined have the same population as my whole country. What? Food. Manila is the food capital of the Philippines, and you can...
Food is really good here. My friends too, they prefer Cebu foods better, I think. I'm not gonna judge any food quality compared to Manila and Cebu, but I have tried a food in Manila and Cebu, and it was all the same for me. Yeah, but the local friends of mine who studied here in Cebu and who transferred to Manila, they were telling me that they miss Cebu foods and the Cebu foods qualities are better. But for me, it's all the same. There is no better foods, because it's all the same. Not judging that one food is better than another. So
find all sorts of great foods there, from street snacks to bakery items to full sit-down meals. Specialties of the Manila food scene include dishes like cheese, ice cream, isok, vek-vek, helmets, fish balls, pansit mami, ensay mami, and of course, halo-halo. Cebu City also has their own unique food culture, where Manila is more in...
I mean, wait, this dude's accent is kind of weird, like quack, like a English type of accent. Should be quack, right?
Influenced by Chinese cuisine, Cebu City has more of a Korean influence mixed with their own style.
Korean influence.
Popular foods in Cebu City include things like barbecued everything, mango pizza, puso rice, lechon, pocheros.
Lechon, guys. I admit, Cebu's lechon is the best thing ever you can try. The crispiness and the tenderness is right there. But I tried lechon in Manila. It's like it's not crispy at all. Seasoning is also better in Cebu. I don't know what seasoning they're using. Yeah, the seasoning is, Cebu is better, and the crispiness in lechon, crispiness is life. You know that, right? You know that, guys, right?
Yohong, and of course.
What? What did he say? Goyong? What? He said goyong? It's ngoyong, right? I mean, this dude's accent is... It's funny. Goyong? What goyong? It's ngoyong.
Tamaya. Public transportation. Manila has a public transportation system that is severely lacking, which has caused horrible traffic on the roads through the years as more people are forced to buy cars to get to where they need to be. Manila has a metro system, but it only has 3 lines and almost exclusively goes around the perimeter of the city. There are also buses and jeepneys, but they are not the most popular, especially since they help contribute to the major congestion on Manila's roads. Cebu City isn't that much better, unfortunately. Because of their smaller population, they don't face quite the same traffic as Manila, but they still have very congested roads and inadequate transportation. There are buses and jeepneys that can sometimes be useful for short trips around the more popular areas of the city, but apart from that, the only other reliable ways for getting around are taxis, Grab, and habal, which apparently are motorbike taxis. If I ever actually get a base somewhere around the world, I will definitely choose a place that has motorbike taxis. I really do think that's the best thing ever, and it's quite a fun.
That's the best thing ever, but when it starts to rain, it gets to the worst thing ever. Because you get wet when you go home, you get smelly, the next day you get sick. I prefer car than habal.
Jobs. Manila is the financial and economic capital of the Philippines and is emerging as a major tech startup hub in Southeast Asia, as many young, educated, English-speaking people are starting to get foreign investment in their companies. Currently, some of the most popular jobs in Manila are in IT, banking, service, and tourism sectors. Even though Cebu City isn't quite the same business behemoth as well.
Like when I compare to jobs, Cebu City versus Manila, Manila has the more job offerings compared to Cebu. People here in Cebu, they go to Manila to find the jobs. Yeah, because it's really hard to find a job here in Cebu. Yeah. And they pay a lot. I mean, they pay more, I guess, compared to Cebu.
Manila, they have seen an increase in the number of new businesses in the last few years. Their most popular jobs are still in the hotel and tourism industries, but they've also seen a steady rise in the number of IT, engineering, accounting, and architectural jobs as well, making Cebu City an increasingly economically prosperous city. Attractions. There are obviously tons of things to see in Manila, and I could never list them all, but here are some of the most popular attractions. San Agustin Church, San Agustin Museum, Chinatown, the Manila Bay Walk, Fort Santiago, Rizal Park, Manila Cathedral, National Museum of Manila, and Casa Manila. Cebu City also has a ton of attractions, but here's just a taste of the things to see there. The Cebu Heritage Monument, 1730 Jesuit House, Cebu Metropolitan Cathedral, Mountain View Nature Park, Basilica del Santo,
Cebu has, I think, more. Sky Express. Wait, Cebu has, for me, like Cebu is a thing that you have to travel. Like when you want to travel, compared to Manila and Cebu, for me, Cebu is the way to go, guys. To be honest, I've been to beach in Manila, and it took me like 4 to 5 hours traveling by car. That's too much, guys. Like, it's worth it, of course, but 4 to 5 hours of driving and traveling there, it's like a hell for me. For Cebu, like for example, if you want to go relax, listen to the sound of the sea, it's easier because it will only take 1 to 2 hours traveling. But if you want to go south or north, it will take 3 hours, I think, by car. But that's fine, right, guys? 2 to 3 hours is just fine compared to 4 to 5 hours. That's a big no. Like you must have a really good stamina or strength. It's really hard. You will get tired eventually.
Jumalon Butterfly Sanctuary, Tops Lookout, Taoist Temple, and you can even go diving with whale sharks in the ocean. Apparently, even though these two cities are both in exactly the same country and they're both incredibly big, but they also have quite a few differences. Let me know what you thought about these differences in the comment section down below. If you have a different opinion, that's wonderful. Absolutely can't wait to read it.
Yeah. That was the video. Those two cities I have been reacted to. Like I've been living in Manila too, and I've been living in Cebu City. But for me, like Cebu City is the most years I've been lived on, and Manila is best in businesses and best in jobs, and Cebu is good for tourism, for like tourist spots like going to beach or mountains and everything. Yeah, it differs there. When you want to relax and have a like vacation, coming to Cebu is perfect. Like when you're looking for a job, better job, you go to Manila because they pay you more there. And that's my opinion, guys. That was just my opinion, and I just want to know what you guys think about it. So just put a comment down below. What do you think about my opinion? I'm not bashing anyone. I'm just giving my opinion, my thoughts about it. And thank you all guys for watching. Please click like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.